To have a husband, and me to have just remember, just nobody.
Why is God punishing you? He's taken your brother Menred, made you turn your back on Jethro, who was like a father to you. Turn your back on me, on your sons. How much more will he take from you? Is what you're seeking worth what it's costing you?
Take everything from me, is that it? And to have nothing left. Other people can have wives and children and fathers and mothers, but not me, because you chose me for what? To suffer? To be alone? Take it. Take it all. Do you want me naked? Do you want me to have nothing left at all except this burden, this responsibility, when you won't even tell me where I'm supposed to lead them and how long it will take? There. Get someone else. I never asked for it. I don't want to be the chosen one. I just want the life that other men have. I want my children. At least talk to me! Give me an answer. Give me a sign that you're there.
Moses.
Moses? Moses! You all right? You get lost?
I was praying. Talking to God.
The wells run dry. We need you to tell us where to go next.
Very well.
We need tallow for candles, but we can't make it while we're on the move, so... And we need more wood for the fires. And wolves got into the sheepfold last night.
witnesses!
No! No! You bribed them to say it! He bribed them! He bribed them!
Moses!
I'm telling you, this man's a
He
liar!
made my daughter pregnant! Make him marry her!
That's a lie! I never laid with her!
Liar! He lied!
He appointed himself our leader. He made himself our military commander. Now he's our judge, too.
My husband beat me again! Make him stop!
Philistine land way over there. We're not strong enough to fight them yet. We'll head that way instead.
Did the Philistines build that?
No. It's a temple for an Egyptian outpost.
How do you know that?
I was a prince of Egypt once, remember?
Pharaoh Akhenaten said there wasn't one god for Egypt and other gods for other people.
Philistines must have overrun it.
No. The Egyptians destroyed it themselves.
If the idea of God had any meaning, there could only be one all-powerful God. But if men started to question what they had been told to believe since the world began, what else might they not begin to question? One God. A ridiculous idea. Far better that there should be as many gods as there are men. If only to keep us priests employed.
If there was one God, if he made the world and the sun and the moon and the stars, then he'd be everywhere, wouldn't he? He'd be a god of the desert and the cities and the mountains too. He'd be in the wind and flames. And in your heart too. You wouldn't have to make a statue of him to worship because he'd be all around you. And you could be a nomad and still be in touch with him. And if you asked him his name, that's how he'd answer. He's no need for a name. He just is, and he is what he is. One God, not one among many. One. The one. Have we run out of enemies so that we need to turn on our own? Is that what it is? It's come to that? I've brought them this far only to have them kill each other?
We brought them this far. Aaron and I, too.
I'm sorry, yes, of course. Without you, too. So, what now?
We find the killer and punish him.
In front of all the tribe.
You agree?
If this goes unpunished, what's to stop any man from killing anyone he has a quarrel with?
I know who killed him. I can name the murderer. Eliezer found him trying to steal his new lambs. They fought. Yitzhak swore revenge.
We fought, yes. And I did say I'd kill him, but I didn't do it, I swear.
Has anyone proof that he killed him? Proof that he hid the body?
No, but...
Then let him go.
No! I said!
Let him go.
I won't punish a man there's no proof against.
Then let us have him.
We are not an unthinking mob. We are a tribe, a people, a nation. Haven't you learned that? We don't blindly seek revenge. We look for justice.
What justice is there in letting this killer go free?
He's right! Where's the justice in that?
I say again, has anyone the proof? Anyone?
Free him.
I saw them together. They were arguing on the way to where the body was found.
You know I didn't do it. You know I didn't do it. Please. No. It wasn't me.
What is it, Moses?
You afraid to say the word?
What kind of leadership is that?
No. No, this is wrong.
Blood for blood. What other way can it be? Isn't that right?
Why make murderers of us too? Make us share the crime.
You've had your judgment. Let her have hers.
Not yet, Moses. Not yet!
He has to die.
You have no choice.
Come with me. I killed someone once. And then I hid the body. But no body stays hidden for long. Even if no one finds it, it still comes to you in the night because you took the life from it. I can never forgive myself for that. Even though I had good reason for what I did. Sometimes I think that is what God is making me pay back for. And you? Does a ghost come to you in the night? That question in its eyes. What gave you the right to take from me the life that God breathed into me? My poor child. You. Of all of them.
I'm so ashamed. All I wanted was to serve you.
You.
I was afraid of your anger. Of what you would think of me. Knowing how weak I was.
It was for you I killed that man in Egypt. To protect you and your wife.
I know.
And another man died because you chose to sleep with his wife.
My enemies are waiting for just one sign of weakness. Waiting for me to favor those close to me, and then they will strike. And if I fall, then this has all been for nothing.
At least spare her.
How can I do that and still keep the people together? They want an example to be made of both of you.
Tell me you forgive me. It's for God to forgive. But you understand, I did it out of fear and anger.
I understand that more than anyone else in the world ever could. Take him.
Don't you dare ignore me! Don't you dare! I am Moses! I am Moses!
Tell me the rules I have to teach them. The rules we have to live by, but let them come from you and not from me. Please, please say something to me.
Moses. Moses.
Come to me. Come find the answers you have sought for so long. Set out for the land you've promised us. And how do we get there? This is where I wanted you to bring them. Listen to my voice.
God has spoken to me again. He will make a bargain with us. Instead of being slaves and people without a home, we will be a nation of priests and holy men, a special nation. If we obey his laws, if we have no other God but him, shall we say yes? Yes! Shall we? Yes! You asked me for justice, and I tried to find it in here instead of there. Do you accept God's bargain, knowing how terrible his anger will be if you fail to keep it? Yes! Yes? Yes! You, my brother, you will be the first priest of this bargain with God if you accept. Do you accept? Yes! Yes!
How long must we wait?
It's time.
Are we Moses' subjects? Is he our Pharaoh now? Unable to move without his permission?
This may be Moses' God, but that doesn't mean he's ours.
Has this God spoken to any of us? Have any of us seen him? We made a promise, yes. But we didn't do it willingly, did we? He forced us to agree.
He forced us! None of us have seen this God! It's not ours!
They've won a battle. 2 battles.
They destroyed the Egyptians and then the Amalekites. Shouldn't they celebrate?
Instead of having Moses speak to them as if being chosen as God's people is a curse and not a reward.
Why don't we celebrate? Don't we deserve to?
We should wait.
I love our brother. But sometimes, when he looks at you, even you, he sees someone who is still a slave at heart.
He left me in charge.
Then show you're in charge.
I'm the leader while he's gone.
Then lead.
We need a sign.
A symbol.
Something to remind them that they're God's people.
Celebrate with us!
We gave our word.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow we sacrifice to I am who I am.